Welcome, honkies, to the Maggot Has Nothing Better to Do show. I wonder if any of you have any idea how sick I am of saying that. Tonight on the show, we have an interview with Greasy McButtocks, owner of the galaxy's largest chain of inhalant and mild narcotic stores in the galaxy. Now, Mr. McButtocks, I have a list of questions here, but I'm not going to read them, because in a few seconds, members of the Galactic Food and Drug Administration will be here to drag you away in chains.
What? You can't do this to me. I have a lawyer.
Yeah, and he got paid a little bit less than I did for his part in this wanton betrayal. Here are rugged defenders of chemical conformity now. Have fun with him, gentlemen.
Remind me to take my dark secrets to my grave.
Well, I only betray people who are dorks, and he was a dork. And I got paid a lot. And now on to our real guest for this week, Mr. Smith, leader of the largest criminal syndicate in the Acre system. Incidentally, the law enforcement agencies from Acre offered significantly too low a bid to betray him, and so I welcome him to the show. Welcome, Mr. Smith.
Nice to be here, Maggot. And may I say, my people have profited greatly from your oversight in selling weapons to known criminal organizations.
Maggot's Intergalactic Siege Force Rental is an equal opportunity solution provider.
Whatever.
Now, Mr. Smith, I understand you recently got into the piracy business.
Yes, and this is also a matter of praise for your business. With most of the other pirates using radist and marshfly fighters, the use of siege force fighters has given us a decided edge in our cartel battles. You're ever in the neighborhood, you feel like a gnoll, drop by, we'll have coffee. I'll introduce you to the boys, I mean that.
Suddenly I feel so warm.
Ew, bad things happen when Maggot feels warm.
Shut up.
May I just jump in here and say, this chair's a little uncomfortable? I think I may have cut myself here.
Oh yeah, I should have warned you. That chair takes more shrapnel than most mainline battle tanks. Something about, me being here. Hit up my corporate masters for the damage to your suit.
Thank you. You're very gracious.
Well, if there's one thing I've learned in my years as an intergalactic conqueror, it's try not to drive shrapnel through a crime lord's suit unless you're going to drive it all the way.
Sound advice. I think I will pass it on to my children, along with this suit now that it's ripped.
So, would you like to say it now, Mr. Smith?
I would be honored. You're listening to the Maggott Show. Stay tuned or I cannot guarantee your safety or that of your family.
You've heard of the Spam Warriors. Until now, they were a myth concocted by the wild and deranged whims of lunatics. But no more. The lunatics are now in the world of digital communication, and their tracks soil the lives of every being on this planet. No more. We are the Spam Warriors. We destroy those who annoy others for personal gain. Consider this your warning. Unsolicited bulk email shall henceforth be a death sentence. Call 1-800-KIL-SPAM extension RZ to report incidents of spam in your area. We will bring them pain. We will bring them justice.
And now back to our program.
We're going to read some letters now. Here's yet another letter from Kaz. It reads, Dear Maggot, your review of my children's story, Kaz's Magical Adventure, seemed rather inaccurate. Where you read, Heaven must die, where are they, they're everywhere, ha 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 ha, you should have read, Kaz is God. I love Kaz. Kaz is the best. Kaz makes me want to rub butter on myself. I am killing myself because I can't live up to Kaz's legacy. Thank you. Signed, Kaz. Well, folks, you have to remember, I don't write the reviews that I read on this show. They come from the Clag-Brazingi Press. Personally, I did rub butter on myself when I read that story.
Maggot rubbing butter on himself. I think that image finally did it. Goodbye, sanity. Hello, trauma. Good morning, irrational terror. Would you like some toast and tea?
Frugal, always the articulate one. Let's take another dip into the mailbag. What do you know? Yet another letter from Sephiroth. It would definitely seem there's a pattern to which people tend to send us letters. It reads, Dear Maggott, unfortunately, I'm not here to take shots at your manhood or lack of. I was listening last week, God knows why, and then something snapped. The following is an excerpt from your last show. Maggott, you're just jealous because you're a virgin. Frugal, so are you. Maggott, can I help it if there are no large gyrating souls to copulate with? Now the problem arises. It is common knowledge that you have 6 children, 4 daughters and 2 sons. Now my question. How can you be a virgin with those spawns of Satan sharing the same blood that pumps through your vile veins? I checked all the sperm bank records and you aren't a donor, by choice or because they won't take it is still up for debate. So I see 2 options. 1, you are ashamed of your sexuality and wish you were more like Frugal and so you claim you're a virgin. Or 2, you are a hermaphrodite. I personally lean towards the latter. How about it, Maggott? Before I depart to go butcher entire cultures, I would like to apologize to everyone who really didn't want to spend this time listening to Maggott talking about one night alone in the back of his spaceship. Signed, ye most evil deity in the omniverse, Sephiroth. Well, yes, Sephiroth, it is known that I have 4 daughters and 2 sons. However, it is also common knowledge that I have not had them yet, idiot. That's why they're referred to as my children from the future. How do I know about them, you ask? Well, it's a little-known fact that Maggotonians procreate mentally rather than physically, and thus a psionic bond of sorts exists. And since time is relevant only to the dimension it's in, they are capable of interacting with my mind now, even though they exist only in the future, because they were born in a different dimension.
You're giving me a headache.
Oh, it gets worse. I've traveled to the dimension they exist in and talked to them personally, and I'm the one who taught Lifestealer how to pilot a starfighter. This, and I can talk to them whenever I wish psionically, but only within a certain time band as their dimension relates with this one.
I deeply pity you, Maggott. I know I wouldn't want any of your children in my mind.
You get used to it. The only ones who are around with any frequency are Kreela and Vaglada.
You mean Lifestealer and Bortosh?
Yeah, that's what most people call them. For the benefit of our listeners, most of my children go by nicknames. There's Bortosh, Lifestealer, Bogus, and Heinous, who are the 4 girls, and Zorg and Bjurgle, who don't really go by nicknames. Of course, Bjurgle is the Antaran word for he who prefers the company of hallucinations to real people, and this describes him very well.
You know, Maggott, I'm pretty sure nobody cares.
Shut up. Just for that, I'm going to end the show and blame you for it. Tune in next week, folks, or I'll bludgeon you to death with a bag filled with your own shattered hip bones. Good night.